Oh, yeah. Oh, man. We needed this one. Oh, yeah. Hello, and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. The New York Knicks survive. They took care of business at home on their home court. Man, did we need this win. The New York Knicks are headed to Indiana for Game 6 in about 39 hours on Saturday. I mean, look, the Knicks, by squandering that Game 1, where they had it in hand, they squandered it. They are trying to recover. They're trying to push that boulder up the hill. And tonight was a major statement against that. The New York Knicks came out and completely dominated the Indiana Pacers from wire to win 111-94, a resounding victory. Everybody came through. Everybody contributed. Even Josh Hart to some degree. Though, Josh Hart, man. Josh! What the fuck, bro? What the fuck, man? But tonight is a night to celebrate. Welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George. Thank you for joining me here. It's a late night edition. I'm going live tonight. If you're watching this later on replay or whatever, thank you for joining us. Drop your comments. Hit the thumbs up. The Knicks survive. They are going to Game 6. Something that Minnesota Timberwolves can't say. Why? Because they didn't have Karl-Anthony Towns or Jalen Brunson. That's right. Or all the other Knicks. It was a complete team win. And shout out to Tom Thibodeau. Honestly, he could have totally like reverted back to the old Tom and put Josh Hart into the lineup instead of Mitch. And I'm glad he didn't, because that starting unit set the tone. They came out, set the tone. They dominated, because the new mentality for these Knicks is defense first. Defense first. They held the Pacers to under 100 points. Let's go. Let's go, New York. Go, New York. Go. Yeah. All right. Long way to go, though. Long way to go. 2 more wins to get to the finals. But all that matters now is Game 6. They're going to Indiana, which, by the way, the Knicks won the very first game in Indiana. So they know that they can take care of business on the road. They can take care of business in that place. And they're going to. They are going to. We're going to see a Game 7. I'm telling you guys, we're seeing a Game 7. We are seeing a Game 7. Let's get into it. I do have highlights for you guys. We are live right now. It is 12:44. Midnight. It's already Friday in New York. Woo, let's go. I was a little buzzed earlier. I've been pounding a lot of Coke Zero to get my shit together to do this post game for you guys. All right, we got a great crowd in the house. We got Taka. What's up? We got Kenneth Lane. We got A-Taco. Josh Smooth. It's interesting. 2 tacos. Tony Melendez. What's up? Alex Nader. And Sandman. What's up, brother? What's up? Look, I believe it. I think we're going to win this series. I really believe we're going to win this series. But can't get ahead of ourselves. Just like the way the Knicks were focused on taking care of business at home in Game 5, and the way they did it. Oh my God, let's look at it. Look at this. Look at the way these guys did it tonight. Let's look here. Look at this. You cannot find any yellow at all in this entire lead tracker, because the Knicks led wire to wire. There were moments where the Pacers got it down to like a 2-point game, kind of early-ish in the second quarter. But from that point on, the Knicks built the lead. They built the lead, and they had a nice close to the first half. A nice close there where it went from like a 7-point game to an 11-point game. So that was beautiful. That was really important. And they took care of business. The Pacers made a run in the third quarter, a little mini run. The Knicks had built up like a 22-point lead, and the Pacers made a little run, but the Knicks recovered and pushed that lead back up to 20 early in the fourth quarter, and that was it. Pacers had no answers. No answers for these Knicks. Oh, I just realized I didn't pull in some of the videos I wanted to pull in. All right, we'll figure it out. We're going to do this on the fly. Do it on the fly. I am Sue Beauty. Thank you for joining us. Le Tigre, what's up, brother? What's up? This is a great night for New York basketball. It's a great night for the NBA. Seriously is. There's no way that the NBA wanted this to end in 5. That would just be atrocious. It would mean it would be a whole week of no games until the first game of the NBA Finals. So the New York Knicks did the NBA a favor by coming out tonight and playing the best defense that I've seen them play all series long for 48 minutes. Like, in terms of they've had great spurts, fantastic spurts, but this was from end to end, wire to wire. They took care of business. Let's look at the team comparisons right now. The New York Knicks won 111-94. They out-rebounded the Pacers by 7. They even out-assisted the Pacers by 2, 22-20. Steals, even at the half, the Pacers were dominating the Knicks in stocks, but that turned around in the second half. 10 steals apiece. They did get more blocks than us, 7-3, but look at this. They got more turnovers than us, 19 turnovers to 15 for the Knicks, which 15 is still a little bit high, but against a team like the Pacers that they push the issue, they try to force you into turnovers, that's like on the borderline of being okay. We need them to be around 10, or 12 at the most. 15, you can stomach it a little bit because they committed 19 turnovers, and that was a big factor. The New York Knicks shot almost 50% from the field compared to 40% for the Pacers. The Pacers shot 33% from the three-point line. The Knicks did not have it from the three-point line tonight, 27.6%, and they still won by double digits tonight. And they didn't even shoot that well from the free throw line, 68.2%, and they shot 82.8%. And I mean, there's reasons why. The Knicks just hustled their asses off and they dominated on the offensive board, and they got so many extra possessions in this game. They dominated the points in the paint, 60-34. That's a plus 26 for the New York Knicks. They dominated in second chance points, 13-7, a plus 6 there, and they even was almost even with the high-flying Indiana Pacers in fast break points, 16-15. Beautifully done. Beautifully done, New York Knicks. Love it. Let's get back to this. Let's go. New York Knicks, 111-94. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Thank you guys for joining me here. We got Capo. Who else we got in here? Alan Pena. What's up? I love it. You guys coming in for the late night edition here. Late night edition of joy. Late night edition of celebration of what these Knicks have achieved. There are only 3 teams left. 30 teams started 6 months ago, or more even. Yeah, no, 8 months ago. 30 teams started 8 months ago, and the Knicks in Boston was the very first game of the season, and we got spanked, humiliated, and we couldn't beat a top-ranked team. And now we are only one of 3 teams still standing, and we are going back to Indiana. We're going to beat their fucking ass in Indiana. We're going to inflict some pain in Indiana just the way they did. We're going to literally stamp and repeat what they did in Game 5, in Game 6, and then Indiana's going to have to come back here for Game 7. And then you never know what can happen. You never know what can happen in Game 7. It doesn't mean the Knicks are going to win the series just because we going to take care of business and win Game 6. But I like our chances if we win Game 6. I really like our chances. I love the way this team responded. You know, all that talk about, the home court and other teams coming in also. But when it's the same team coming back, eventually they do get overwhelmed. And if the Knicks hadn't given up that Game 1 game in overtime, the whole story could be reversed. The Knicks, I mean, who knows what could have happened? Because a win or a loss definitely impacts and influences the next game. I know people say, in a 7-game series, 1 game to the next, it's a whole new different thing. I don't really buy that. Honestly, I don't really buy that. It's a response to that game. It may be different. The result may be different, but one game definitely does influence another. And the Game 4 loss, the bitterness of that taste of that Game 4 loss for the Knicks was so appalling. It was like, when you taste like metal in your mouth, and that's what the Knicks felt. And they came out tonight, you're like, we don't want that. We don't want that. We want a beautiful, savory taste of like a beautiful, like a pizza victory. And that's what the Knicks delivered tonight for themselves. Fantastic result. Congratulations to the Knicks. Congratulations to Tom Thibodeau. And congratulations to the big two. The big two, Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. Brunson delivered 32 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds tonight. He shot 12 of 18, and he came out blazing in the first quarter to set the tone for these New York Knicks when they needed it the most. They needed someone to calm their nerves down, and Brunson came out and delivered 14 points in that first quarter. He was 6 of 9, 2 of 3 from the three-point line. He even had 2 assists and 2 rebounds, delivered 14 points, and the Knicks were leading 24-23 right away after that first quarter. Beautifully done, Jalen Brunson, the captain. Well done. Well done. And then Karl Anthony Towns, he did his part. He was the Robin tonight. He delivers 24 points, 13 rebounds, shot 50% from the field overall. I loved the way he approached this game, and he had a bum knee. A bum knee. The guy could barely even move around, but the minute the ball touched his hand, suddenly he has no knee ache. He just would go bowl to the basket and deliver. I love the way he approached this game. And I love that Mitch Robinson still started in this game after all the talk. Did it help? Did it make a difference, this lineup change? Of course it made a fucking difference, guys. You got to be an idiot to think that it doesn't make a difference. The original starting lineup was trash. They were a minus 29. So I'd take a +1 any day over a minus 29. That's a 30-point swing. So I'm so glad that Thibs, once he made that decision, did not recoil and revert back to Josh Hart starting in the lineup, especially after the horrific game Josh Hart had in Game 5. The New York Knicks, oh, man, look at this shit. Look at this shit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Let's go back to this. Look at this. Look at this. New York Knicks, and they missed their free throws. Mitch missed both of his. Towns missed 2. Hart missed 2. Precious missed 1. The Knicks shot only 68.2% from the free throw line. They were only 8 of 29 from the three-point line. That's under 30%. That's terrible. But this is the key stat right here. Pacers had only 74 shot attempts in this game. The Knicks had an additional 15, 89 shot attempts for them. That was the key to this game. Even though the Knicks only had one more steal, they were able to create more opportunities through the offensive glass. They were a +3 in offensive rebounding, 11-8, and they got to the loose ball fouls. I mean, they got to the loose balls, the 50-50 balls. Beautifully done right there. Even though they did commit 15 turnovers, they forced the Pacers to have 20 turnovers. There it is, 20 turnovers. That's good defense. What I love of what these Knicks did tonight is they knew. They're like, you know what, guys? Hey, look, here's our game plan. We're going to let Brunson cook offensively early, and everybody else just take care of their fucking business on the defensive end. Defense first. That mentality. There is no way that another team can stop this Knicks team unless they stop themselves offensively. That is a fact. That is a fact. There's too many weapons on this team in wearing orange and blue to be stopped for long periods of time unless they themselves, the players themselves and the coach, get out of their own loop, or get in their own way, however you want to phrase it. But defensively, if they commit themselves 1,000% to stopping their opponent on the other end, they will win every single time. And tonight is an example of that. Tonight, and the Knicks can replicate what they did tonight, stamp and repeat on Saturday, and then stamp and repeat on Monday, and this New York Knicks team will be going to the NBA Finals to face the Oklahoma City Thunder. Ooh, wouldn't that be sweet? Wouldn't that be sweet? It'd be great for ratings. It'd be great for ratings because no one wants to see Pacers and Thunder. Who wants to see that shit? No way. All right, we got Troop the Loop. We got Justin Bucano. We got Juan Rivera. I like rolling my R's. All right. I'm a little hyped. I'm a little bit hyped. I'm going to roll it back a little bit. Going to pull it back a tiny bit because we got a post-game show to do. Karl Anthony Towns. Look at that. 24-13. Beautifully done. Only attempted 4 3-pointers. Only hit 1. He was 3 of 5 from the free throw line. But he picked up a steal. And he got 3 assists. The New York Knicks, the assists were spread out throughout. Well done. Here's from Knicks, for SNY Knicks. Brunson post-game interview. Our backs are against the wall. I wasn't thinking I need to play better than him. I was just thinking I need to help my team win. Boom. Beautifully done. Here we are, Eastern Conference guards with double-digit 30-point games in a playoff run. Dwayne Wade, Allen Iverson, Michael Jordan, and now Jalen Brunson, and that's it. Shout out to Stat Muse. Beautifully done. That's the level of greatness we're dealing with here. Is he a traffic cone on defense most of the time? Yes. Does he try his best? I do believe he does. He just doesn't have those kind of instincts. But I think tonight he showed that he can be a plus player on the defensive end as well as the offensive end. Shout out to Jalen Brunson tonight for a nice effort, like a tremendous effort on the offensive end and a nice effort on the defensive end. Beautifully done right there. Now I put this up here because I thought this was really interesting. This just shows that now the Pacers, they're feeling the heat. They're feeling it a little bit. Pascal said they played harder. And this guy interviewing from Indy Star, the newspaper there, Greg Doyle, he said, how's that possible? And then Spicy P said, they played harder. Happens. And then he said, the reporter said, in game 5? And then Pascal was like, you good, bro? I told you. What else you want me to tell you? And then the reporter says, I want you to tell me how. And he's like, you tell me. Who's this guy? This guy is so pissed off now. He's agitated. I hope that this agitation turns into frustration, and I hope it helps to seize him up in Game 6. Because Game 6, it's a must-win game. The Knicks are facing elimination every single game in this series since they lost Game 4. Game 6, going back to a hostile arena, the Knicks have to come out with the same type of intensity, and they have to understand that the Pacers are going to try and match that intensity right away. They're going to see that the Knicks physical. There were times on the court where the Knicks just looked much larger than the Pacers, much more dominant, much more in control of every aspect of the game. That physical presence needs to be replicated in Game 6, and I don't see why it can't be. The question will be, can the Pacers match that physicality, that presence? I don't know. This might be... Sometimes you see it in series. The reason those other 13 teams have been able to come back being down 1-3, and most recently it was Denver who did it twice in the 2020 playoffs, is because at some point when the team that was up 3-1, at some point their spirit gets snapped. It just gets diluted. And they can't, and they're trying to replicate that vibe, and they just can't quite get there. And then because they can't get there, it gets in their head and then ends up working counterintuitively for them. That's what the Knicks have done by winning this Game 5. But it requires the Knicks to come out with the same intensity in Game 6 that they came out in Game 5 tonight. There's no doubt about that. This Pacers team is not going to roll over for you guys. They're not going to roll over. But they will if you come out with a firm hand. You come out and just punch them in the face right away like you did today. I loved what they did tonight. I loved it. Now we got to replicate that. We got to replicate that in Game 6. Bring this back to the Garden for Game 7 and finish the series and move on to the NBA Finals. Let's go, New York. Go, New York. Go. I love it. Oh, Gershon Rodriguez, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Really appreciate it. Gershon says, first duo since Shaq and Kobe scoring at least 20 points in each game. Just like Shaq and Kobe, if these two and their coach get on the same page, the league will witness something special. I love that sentiment so much. You are 100% correct. 100% correct. Sometimes the most difficult thing is to understand who you actually are in the world and then acting upon it in the right way. I feel like this series, definitely the Boston series helped tremendously, but then the Pacers, they snatched the Knicks' soul back, took it from them in Game 1. And the Knicks have been playing from behind since. And they're just trying to reclaim it. And it's like a journey. It's like they're trying, remember Jon Snow in Game of Thrones and the Battle of the Bastards when he's like buried under all those bodies and he's just trying to crawl out of it? That's what this game was. And the next game is going to be the same. And at some point, it's going to be Jon Snow, Jalen Brunson, Cat, and the entire Knicks standing upon this pile of bodies of the Indiana Pacers celebrating at the end of this series. That's what's going to happen. I can see it. I can see it happening. It'll be fantastic, man. It'll be fantastic. Ha! Love it. All right, we got before we get to these, let's get to the highlights. I didn't quite set this up correctly for you guys. I jumped on really fast. Let me see what I do have it. Spoke too soon. What I don't have is much of the first quarter, so I apologize for that. But here we go. So the New York Knicks built a nice 8-point lead early and got it to 10 with about 3-something left in that first quarter. TJ McConnell, thorn in Knicks' side for eternity. Though tonight the Knicks were able to neutralize him. Here we go. Nice. Look at this. Mitch was fantastic tonight. Mitch completely altered the Pacers' game plan tonight. He was so active on the defensive end. Even when Pacers were getting into the paint, and they usually would throw up a floater or bank it off the glass, they wouldn't even attempt it against Mitch. That's why he barely even had any actual block opportunities. But he had a tremendous block later on. I hope these highlights have it. Here comes Cat. Running down the paint there. He gets the and one. Now the Knicks are up 5 in the second quarter. It was still a tight game. Obi comes in. Nice little finger roll for him. Cat, you can see he's like his left knee is still barking at him. Spicy, I think he had his foot on the line there. I'm not sure, but now it's tight. It's 34-32 with 8-something left in the first half, and Deuce McBride buries a big 3 right there. Beautiful. Now they got tiny bit of a cushion, 37-32. What I love about what the Knicks did in that first half was they went on a little bit of a run while Brunson was on the bench. After he came out and just gave us tremendous production. Oh, there it is. Landry Shamet. The long right. Here comes Cat. Barreling down the... See, this is the thing. Once Thibs expanded his rotation, he was able to expand the possibilities for how the Knicks can play. Now Cat, he has more on his shoulders offensively, but that's fine. These other guys, they have great size out on the court, active hands, great turnovers. Beautifully done here. Well, there's a turnover there. The Knicks are up 10 with about a minute and a half left in the second. Mathurin hits this corner three, which was a tough situation. Now it's a 9-point game. Knicks scored, so it's back up to 9. They got to stop. Here comes McCall, who was frustrating the shit out of me early on in that first quarter, just missing these turnaround jumpers, but he hit that one. So now it's a 13-point game going into the third quarter. Neesmith buries a three from the left corner. So now it's a 10-point game. Pretty early in the third quarter. Big body Brunson just delivers. Gets the and one. I believe he hits it. Now, yes, he did. 61-48. Now we're up 13. So then what I love is the Knicks added onto their lead that they had at the half, and then Brunson hit that big three. Another thing that was fantastic. Jalen came out and was aggressive behind the arc. If he saw any bit of daylight, he would stop and pop, even off the dribble, pop, and he hit. What was his? Hold on, let me check, because he did great in that first half from the 3-point line. Well, he was 2 of 3. 2 of 3. So very efficient. I thought he had more threes, but they were big time buckets right there. That's so weird that my own alert came up. Josh Hart was frustrating me, man, for a while there. For a long while. Drew, not as old. Am I the oldest one here? All right, here we go. Even Precious Achua gets in on the action. That's right. And he delivers a couple of points. Look, this is the way I wanted the Knicks to play all year long. This is what I was screaming about at times. What I was despondent about. Where I was just like, it's like, why? Why are we just going 7 deep, 8 deep? What about these other guys on the bench? Why are our starters playing 38, 40 minutes a night? What's going to happen later on? And guess what? Thibs kept going that way. But he finally made a change in game. Was it game 4? Yes, he made a game, and then game 3, and now it's reap rewards in game 5. It's starting to truly pay off. So here are the Knicks. They're up 12. The Pacers were constantly trying to threaten, but the Knicks in the second half never let them get under never let their lead go under double digits. Which is got to be incredibly frustrating for an opponent trying to make a comeback. Nice. Look at that bounce pass there. So now the Knicks are up 16 with 4:44 left in the game. Brunson was a beast tonight. He shot 66% from the field. He shot 57% from the 3-point line. He was 4 of 7. Fantastic. He hit all 4 of his free throws. He had 5 rebounds and 5 assists and only committed 13 turnovers. 13. 3 turnovers. 3 turnovers. He had a fantastic game. Look at this. Look at this sharp passing. Look at that ball movement. This team, and I've told you, that's my major criticism of this team. Even if they are willing to pass, they're not necessarily great creative passers. But tonight was a whole different story. Beautifully done. New York Knicks win 111-94. Woo! Beautifully done. Beautifully done, guys. It could have ended tonight. It could have. But now we have another game to get excited about. And if we win that game 6 and come back to game 7, man, I'm going to lose my shit. If we win game 7, first, we got to win game 6. You can't get ahead of ourselves. Game 6 is the only thing that matters at this point. 1, game at a time. And tonight, the New York Knicks showed the world that they are the actual better team. All this garbage discussion that we've been hearing, oh, the Pacers are just a better team than the Knicks. No, they're not. They're not. The Knicks are just idiots. They just fucked themselves. I mean, they did. That's what game 1 was. And game 2, they gave those games away to the Pacers. And then they snatched game 3. Game 4, definitely the Pacers beat their ass in game 4. But games 1 and 2, that was an aberration. That was an abomination. That was a complete, an anomaly. And now we're getting back to the norm. And the norm is the New York Knicks are the better team. And they proved it tonight, and they will prove it on Saturday. And then we will see what happens on Game 7. But we need to take care of business on Saturday in Indiana. Can't wait, man. Can't wait for that. All right, so we got here are the game stats. McCall, 6 of 12. He shot 50%, but only gave us 12 points. So 12 field goals for 12 points. It's really not the ratio you want, but we'll take it tonight. He only played 34 minutes. OG played 34 minutes. OG offensively didn't bring it, but defensively, totally. He was on Halliburton, throwing him off his game. He was on Spicy P. He was the beast out there on the floor, completely disrupting the Pacers, whatever the game plan was. He was totally disrupting it. But we are going to need a big offensive game from OG Anunoby on Game 6 or Game 7 if it goes to Game 7. He only delivered 11 points tonight and 4 rebounds, but his defense was outstanding. I already talked about Towns, double-double, 24 points and 13 rebounds. Mitch, 6 points, 6 rebounds in 20 minutes. He had some great offensive putbacks down low. He had a night Brunson fed him for an alley-oop, and he just dunked it with one hand. Loved it. I think the Knicks need to go to that more, especially early on, if the starting unit, and I don't think the starting unit is going to change. That's something that has to be part of the game plan. Let's get Mitch some easy buckets. It's easy buckets for us. Let's do it. And they did it tonight. He only played 20 minutes. And what an impact did he have? Brunson, 12 of 18, 66% overall, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, as I mentioned. Every single Knick that was on the floor scored tonight except DeLon Wright. In his 10 minutes, he was 0 for 4 overall. But I liked the energy that he had on the court. He picked up a steal and he had 3 assists. So he delivered definitely in some positive ways, and his size is just definitely necessary. But Landry Shamet, damn it, Shamet, look at that, 14 minutes, 2 of 3, 5 points, 1 big 3-point shot that he connected on, and I loved his energy. I loved his moxie that he showed out on the court. Beautifully done. Here are the plus-minus stats. Every Knicks starter in the plus column, plus 13 for Bridges, plus 15 for OG, even though he only delivered 11 points, plus 26 for Towns, plus 26. The high man tonight was Karl Anthony Towns in plus-minus with plus 26. Plus 3 for Mitch, plus 18 for Jalen Brunson, plus 6 for Precious. Even Hawk Porty got in it. He had a nice dunk, 2 points for him. Deuce, a minus 3, but he did give some quality minutes, and he hit that big 3-pointer when he was out there. A minus 1 for Josh Hart, and Josh Hart played 34 minutes, a minus 1, 12 points for him, double-double, 10 rebounds. But look, man, those 3 turnovers and 3 personal fouls are just unacceptable. You've got to clean that up, Josh. You have to clean that up. There's just no way, shape, or form about it. And Shamet and DeLon Wright both finished with a plus 4. We look at the Indiana Pacers. Look at this box score. Oh, my God. It's like only 15 points. That's the most any starter had. He's the only one in double digits. Halliburton. All that talk about Halliburton, the perfect game, all that shit. He comes out tonight and totally shits himself on national television at the world's greatest arena with 8 points. Over 2 from the three-point line. 2 of 7 overall. Only 6 assists, 8 points. Horrific. Nemhard. Nem who? Nem miss. He's 3 of 8. 6 points for him. Turner. Irrelevant. 5 points. And Aaron Nesmith could only play 16 minutes tonight. Maybe that knee is bothering him. He was 1 for 8 overall. 1 for 5 from the three-point line. Only 3 points for him. The only other players in double digits was Obi Toppin off the bench with 11, which they weren't. Yeah, that's not efficient. 0 for 4 from the three-point line. He shot 40% overall. And then Benedict Mathurin, who was the villain for the Knicks in Game 4. He definitely was one of the main reasons that they won that Game 4, along with the way Tyrese Halliburton played in Game 4. But Benedict Mathurin followed it up with a big effort tonight. 23 points for him. 6 of 10, shot 60%. 9 rebounds in 25 minutes. I wonder if Carlisle is going to consider starting him. We'll see about that. Shepard did hurt us a bit. He was 2 for 2 from the three-point line. His 8 points were very productive. They shot just barely above 50% from the field. Here are the team stats. The turnovers. Look at that. So it's still problematic, but the difference in points conceded off turnovers has been closed up a bit. The Knicks still lost it by 5. They gave up 20, and then they recovered 15. So they were minus 5 there, which is much better than other games where they were minus 20 and 18 in other games. So that is a great sign right there. And their domination in the paint was a big reason why the Knicks were able to just totally control this game for the majority of the night, even though they did not deliver on the free throw line. If the Knicks make their free throws, let's say they hit 5 more, this is like a total blowout. It is a blowout. I mean, you win by 17, it's a blowout. No doubt. No way, shape, or form about it. It's a total blowout. It's a total... All right. 2 more wins. Knicks need 2 more wins. You guys think they can do it? You guys believe? I believe. I believe. I know we're still down. But the way this game unfolded, this was the very first dominant win of this series. Even the Game 4, it looked like the Knicks, all they had to do was go on a little run and be right back in it. The Pacers went on several little runs in this game, and they could never really threaten the Knicks. The Knicks just kept responding. This was the first game of the series where the team that built the lead was able to fully dominate throughout. I'm expecting that same type of performance in Game 6. The question will be, how will the Pacers respond? And we need our guys to be ready. Defense first. That is the new mentality for this New York Knicks team. Offense will come. You stop them, points will come. Little spin on the old Field of Dreams. Yes, it can happen. All right, shout out to the chat. Thank you guys for joining me here. We got Droop the Loop, Taka, Marco Rizzolo. Did I miss anything? I've just been rambling here not rambling, but doing my thing. Love it. Robust. We got a nice robust chat right here. We got over 130 in the chat right now, celebrating this incredible win. But it's unfinished business. I need a Game 6 victory, and then come back here. We're going to have a Game 7 victory. It's going to happen. All right. I'm going to wrap up. It's already it's late. It's late in New York. I hope you guys will be walking on orange and blue skies tomorrow, clouds in the skies tomorrow in New York. It's going to be a great day. Yes, salute to everyone. Shout out to everyone for joining me here tonight. You guys are by far the best fans. There's no doubt about it. Best fans around. I am going to try to put out a video tomorrow. If you guys didn't watch the video that I put out last night and then replayed it today, definitely check it out because it really outlines how these Knicks can take care of business. They need a mindset reset and a mindset change, which it seems like they did. It feels like they did. They just need to continue that. Everything, things shift from one game to the other. I'm hoping that the Knicks can hold on to all the things that worked tonight and build on it for a game 6. Maybe even win that one by like 25 or 30. Blow them out. The Knicks have blown out the Pacers this year already. It's happened. So the Knicks can do it. Cat has completely destroyed this team before. Brunson has destroyed the Pacers before. I mean, I want to see a big game. I want to see like a 40-30 production from those two guys and then have OG deliver and have McCall deliver and the whole bench, everybody up and down, whoever's wearing the Knicks jersey and their sneaks touch the hardwood, I want to see them deliver plus minutes on Saturday. I want these guys to deliver the 14th time, to be the 14th team to come back after being down 1-3. I believe it can happen. I'm losing my voice, so I'm going to sign off pretty soon. Thank you guys for joining me here tonight. The New York Knicks won 111-94 on their home floor. Now they're going to Indiana for Game 6. It's going to be a battle of the ages. The ratings are going through the roof. The ratings for Game 4 were sensational. I'm sure these ratings were pretty good, but the ratings on Saturday are going to be even more amazing. And that's why the Knicks got to win, because these Knicks have to undo all these years of bias against us. We need to get people to get on the Knicks, on the Knicks side. I'm so sick of the LOL Knicks. And this kind of performance tonight goes a long way to erasing that. It really does. Love it. I'm so proud of them, honestly. I'm really proud of them. Absolutely, Taka. Knicks keep them under 100. Actually, shout out to Foxy. Foxy pointed out when the Knicks keep the Pacers under, or if the Pacers score less than 110 points, they often lose. We can't let them get over 110. Then it becomes a shootout, and you're playing their type of game on their pace. You can't outshoot these guys in a high-flying game with a high volume and high pace game. Now, you need to keep it contained. We need to be efficient and force them to be inefficient, and that will deliver a Game 6 victory and come back to MSG for a Game 7, which hopefully will mean the Knicks will go to the NBA Finals. All right. Thank you so much for watching this. Love you guys. I'm so happy about this victory. We have another couple of nights to hope and dream of what could be. We are so close. There are only 3 teams standing, and the Knicks are going to try to eliminate the Pacers and be the final 2 to face the Oklahoma City Thunder. Woo! It's doable. Totally doable. 100% doable. And tonight showed that it is. That's what they proved tonight. That it's 100% doable. And in my heart of hearts, I believe they're going to do it because we got Brunson, we got Cat, and we got a tremendous roster on this team that now finally Tom Thibodeau is reaching into that toolbox and putting these guys and putting them in situations where they can thrive. Love that. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the chat. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and hit the thumbs up button for me. Drop your comments, subscribe on social media, and I will see you around the Knicks-Verse. Let's go get Game 6. Ow!